Well, joining me now to talk about BP and its Russian connection is Ivan Mazalov, a director at Prosperity Capital Management in Moscow. He joins me now from Zurich. If I could begin by asking you about Tony Hayward, there's quite a lot of speculation that he is going to visit Moscow. Is it very important that he tries to repair and rebuild the relationship there?
Well, it is quite important. It's actually paramount for BP to keep Kremlin reassured, because Russia is very vital for BP.
Now, Russia provides about a quarter of BP's oil. It's the biggest after the US. Is there a concern that BP may look to sell part of the Russian arm?
Well, I may have to correct you there, because every third barrel of BP's oil comes from Russia, and it's more than what they get from the US. But even more importantly, it's 40% of BP's oil reserves, and this share may increase more, because the company which they own in Russia has very good prospects in yet unexplored areas in eastern Siberia. So it's extremely important.
Now, there has been talk that they might try and sell off some of the Russian operation. Is that something that you think would be likely?
Well, like I said, it's such a big part of BP, so it's hard to imagine that they would want to go for this option. It's a great company which they own in Russia. It's not just production and reserves. It's growing production, growing reserves, and it's a very massive cash flow too. Before BP stopped paying dividend, the dividend that which they were getting from Russia covered 30% of the dividend which they distributed to their BP shareholders.
Well, I wonder, when you talk about how profitable that is, then if they were to sell off their US arm, it looks like their relationship, all that their business in Russia might actually make them a very profitable company.
Well, it's up for the board, to the board of BP to decide. But I'm sure Russian operations are very profitable. It's a very valuable asset.
Robert Dudley, who's the man who's now being sent over to manage the cleanup in the Gulf, is a man that you have done business with yourself in Moscow. What sort of a man is he?
Well, he has come through a quite difficult time in Moscow. Basically, initially, BP struck a deal with their Russian partners, which was very favorable for BP, but it was in slight conflict with existing Russian laws. Basically, it gave BP more powers than it should have been given under regular Russian legislation, and BP constrained the development of the local business because it came, in conflict with BP's other operations elsewhere. So at some point there was a quarrel with the Russian partners. It wasn't very amicable, I must say.